It's your boy Ash bringing a brand new Grand Peace Online video. So today we're going to be showcasing all of the current devil fruits in game. But before we get into that, we are trying to reach 5,000 subs by the end of the month. And we have like 7 days left, so it would mean a lot to me if you would hit that subscribe button. But guys, enough talking. Let's get into the video. First devil fruit being Suki. Suki is a pretty nasty fruit in terms of PvP. It's not bad, but it has a lot of defects which most people don't like. The first move being self-invisibility, allows you to go invisible and the person won't be able to target you. You can hit the person as you're in this and everything, as I will show in a little bit. It takes away your stamina as long as you stay in it. The person can't do anything, they don't know where you are. What's it called? You still can get attacked. It's just a matter of if you can dodge it in time where they can't see you and everything. Next is the area of invisibility. It doesn't really work on mobs, but pretty much if you have a bunch of teammates, it turns them and you invisible and all that. Next you have the invisible rock throw. You just throw a stupid rock at a person. Again, it's not that good of a fruit, but it's not that bad to start off with. So I'd still recommend that you can use you can still use Suki as like a decent PvP fruit, nothing else in my opinion. But yeah, that's all for Suki. Showing Pika no Mi as the first fruit. So the first move for Pika is that you can do, the first move is Light Lunge. Light Lunge is a pretty good move. It has insane reach. If you've ever seen the Ice Sword, this one has way more reach in it and it reaches pretty far. It does a good amount of damage. It usually does 25 to me and everything. It does good amount of damage and it's pretty cool. I don't really have much to say about it. Next move we have is a light kick. Light kick, you can use it. It can be used as to like keep you in the air and all that. It's a massive AoE, does good amount of damage. Also, pretty much does everything you need. Next up we have the light ray. Light ray is pretty busted. There's just gonna be a ray just shooting down a light beam just going down wherever you put your mouse at, and it targets everything in the area of that ray and it does burn damage. Next we have Pika Flight. Pika Flight is pretty busted, being the fastest moving movement in the game, but the only downside is that you can't really maneuver it and you can only go in one direction, but even then you can do a lot with it. Next up we have Mirror Kick. Mirror Kick is pretty good. It targets a particular location wherever you target it, and then it sends down a kick, does massive amount of damage, and like Light Kick, it's an AoE, pretty busted in my opinion. Pika is probably one of the best routes. Next we have Jewels of Light. You go up in the air, sends out a bunch of little light beams, and you just do massive amount of damage. Mind you, Pika also has a Q for its dash, so make sure you remember that. The Q becomes a dash whenever you have Pika on and all that. And another thing is that with the flight you can ricochet off certain buildings, so make sure you're wary of that, because if you hit a building it will send you flying the other direction and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much that's Pika, guys. Next up we have Mera. Mera being another Logia and having a massive amount of fire damage and ability. It currently only has 6 moves. I know that there might be an awakening for it. So the first move is Firefly. Firefly is pretty busted. It's just a bunch of little green pellets going after you and doing the damage, and it's pretty disgusting. Next we have Flame Flight. This is probably one of the worst movement speed things in game. Yeah, it gives you the ability to fly, but it's pretty slow and all that. Next we have Hicken, which is Flame Fist. I'm pretty sure that's what it translates to. It does massive amount of damage, and again, don't forget that burn damage is crazy, so even if they do hit you, it probably doesn't matter. Next we have Flame Pillar. Flame Pillar is another disgusting move, doing high amounts of damage, and you barely have any drawbacks using that move except that you stand still. So again, be careful when using when fighting a Mera user. Next we have Dai Henkai, by far the most busted move in the game. You can hold it for as long as you want, but it will take away your stamina until it reaches the stamina cap that it has. It's a massive AoE. It will probably one-shot you, so if you see this run as far as you can to try and dodge it. You can somewhat dodge it with Geppo or Skywalk, depending on what. Again, massive AoE, and then the burn damage just finishes you off and makes you go to bed. It just knocks you out cleanly. Next up, we have Magma. Magma is another good Logia, and I know that I didn't put these in order, but well, no, I did. Never mind. No, I didn't. Anyways, Magma. Magma is what's it called? Magma is one of the better Logias. Well, all the Logias are good, but Magma has a lot of things to it. You can do a lot. And the first move that you have is Magma Swamp. Pretty much, it goes into a swamp, targets the person, locks them, and then you can just hit them with a fist. It's kind of nice. I don't really see the uses of this move. It's pretty bad. Next, we have Magma Eruption. Magma Eruption is another good move. It pretty much gets a circle and it will push the enemy up while doing damage to them. Again, Magma also has burn damage, so it does everything that you can expect it to do. Next is the Magma Fist. Magma Fist does another sort of semi AoE move, does good amount of damage to the person, and then you can do all that. Magma Hound is kind of like Magma Fist. I can't really tell the difference between the two, but yeah, it pretty much does the same thing, except Magma Hound has more damage to it, I'm pretty sure. Next up, we have Magma Rain. Magma Rain is just, well, Magma Rain, before I even show the move, Magma Rain is just disgustingly busted. There's nothing you can really do. The one thing I say, if you see this coming, just get out of the range. You can as long as you have the stamina, it can last for a good while and everything. So be careful with someone uses Magma Rain and everything. Look at that. Look at all of that, going down, and just massive AoEs. And now another cool thing about Magma allows you to walk on water. And its passive, being able to walk on water, you don't get any damage for being able to walk on water. It's one of the better fruits in the game and everything. And also, every single one of your Magma moves, when you do use them in the water, so which I will be showing right now, see, you use a Magma move in the water, it will create a lava puddle wherever your things end. If you use things Magma Rain, it's just gonna send, especially if you put them forward on top, as I'm doing right now, you'll see how it just, everywhere it lands, it creates a little magma puddle, which your allies can use for to stand on. And all right, next up we have Ice. Ice, or aka Hinomi, is kind of like Magma. You can walk on water within everything, and you can do a lot of cool stuff. It's passive, again, just like Magma. The first three moves, all the moves are usable on water, which is another added bonus. With the first two moves, you're able to you can skate, kind of. You see as it gives you a little bit more movement speed. Again, Ice is really not that bad for movement and everything. You just see that, and then you can skate on it and all that. So that's another cool thing. Then you have the Pheasant Break, which is just, it does damage, but it leaves a trail of ice which you can skate off of. Again, good move. And then you have the Ice Bike. The Ice Bike is it's another movement type thing. It doesn't do damage. It's just there for movement and your enjoyment. I wish they added an actual motorcycle, but you get what you get and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the moves that they're useful, but it's just that they have movement add-ons to it, which is why I wanted to show you before I showed you them on using them on an enemy. So the main three damaging things are the Ice Stomp, Frost Blaze, and Ice Age. Frost Stomp just summons kind of the Todoroki move. It just, you stomp, you summon that, and then it does damage and it stuns the person, which is not bad. Next you have Frost Blade. It summons a Blade of Frost and everything, does the damage you're looking for and everything. So that's, again, not a bad move. I tried using Ice Age here, but I got hit. My Logia bar did not agree with me there. But yeah, pretty much Ice Age summons a massive AoE type, kind of circle around the user, and then it does damage, and it has a nice stun. The one thing that I really like about Ice Age is that the person cannot block it. They cannot do anything against it, which is, again, pretty nice for a move. And since all ultimates cannot be blocked, or it's either they cannot be blocked or they block break you pretty easily. With Magma, you have certain things you can't do, like the what's it called for the C for Magma. Sure, it doesn't exactly block break, but you can do a lot of things with it because like of the sheer amount of what's it called rain things that you are throwing out. You can break their block because again, if you catch them lacking, they're just holding their block without moving. You catch them. But anyways, that's it for ice. Now we have Bari Bari, aka Barrier Barrier. This fruit has a lot of uses. It's pretty good for deflecting all kind of like, projectile things towards you. So the first move being Barrier Crash, it pretty much blocks everything. And I mean everything, so it's like Barrier is kind of like the ultimate counter towards Pika users since like all of their moveset is pretty much like projectiles. So like again, massive counter, and then you can use this as defense and offense as you just saw as against the person. Next we have Barrier Sphere. You can trap the person in there. Doesn't really help you. Someone has Geppo. I mean they use Collier from Blackleg and all that off you. Or like a move that dashes out and everything. Next up we have Barrier Stairs. Not really that much. It's more of a movement. I'm pretty sure all Devil Fruits have one sort of movement skill. Except maybe Suki, since all of its moves don't do damage by themselves and all that. But yeah, it pretty much summons a bunch of stairs. You can do a lot with it. You can't do it in Safe Zone, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking there, but because the Safe Zone makes things intangible. Because again, once they add Bomb, the Bomb thing will get you and you won't be able to do much with it. Yeah, you can do kind of like a lot of things with Barrier Stairs. Not much I can really say about it besides like, it's good to like I guess get away, but even then someone can still come and get you if they're smart enough and all that. One of the other moves, the last move, which is the ultimate, I'll get to what's it called, the X soon. But I want to talk about the ultimate. The more you have in Devil Fruit, I'm pretty sure the greater the greater the move is, like the wider the AoE for it is. I will show you in a little bit. Morgan didn't spawn. Oh well, somebody probably killed it. Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, the barrier spikes, the more you have in Devil Fruit in it, the more damage it does and the more wider that it reaches. As you can see right here, this is a pretty big, barrier spikes. Look at that massive thing and all that. Now for barrier cage is just completely another trash. I don't really recommend using it. But because the fact is, like, even if you do try using it, it's too slow by the time it appears. Once the person's perfectly standing still, then it's useless. Yeah, you can hold it, and the more you hold it, the bigger it is and all that. But again, if you don't get them where you want and you kind of miss, even if it's like a centimeter off and they don't get that damage or they get trapped, you just wasted your stamina and then you just made yourself vulnerable for people to hit you. But anyways, guys, that was Bari, and that was the last Devil Fruit. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.